important development over the last few years in London, Ontario has really been making great strides on is making our grid smart. More than 3.5 million smart meters have already been installed. And the entire province is going to be on time to reduce pricing in a year or so, give or take. Certainly that gives consumers more information and an opportunity to better manage their bills, but it also helps LDCs operate more efficiently, and certainly will enable them to accommodate more distributed generation as we smarten the grid. Certainly it's a work in progress, and we're going to continue to participate in numerous discussions and developments over the next several years. So our main priorities for the coming year, we've moved from design and launch into implementation of our Clean Energy program. There are other elements of the Green Energy Act that are also going to be very important, not the least of which is the evolving role of LDCs in conservation. They're going to get their own individual share of that 6,300 megawatt target that I've been talking about, and we've been working very closely on rolling out programs that will help them reach their targets. Certainly our focus on planning is going to continue. While our path is largely set to 2015, at that point coal is going to be gone, and our nuclear plants are going to begin to age out. So we've got some decision making to do. We're certainly going to be looking to maximize the value that we get out of all of our existing assets on the way forward. And we're also going to be looking at import and export opportunities, as well as the electrification of cars and our transit system. I like to say that we're going to continue to look under every rock for cost-effective electricity, because that's the job of the OPA. The good news is that we've actually got more flexibility than we've had in the past. We've got some breathing room, some lead time for a change, and we're already working with the government to solve a lot of those problems that I was talking about. Many of you certainly know the history of the Integrated Power System Plan, the IPSP, which is our long-term plan that the Power Authority had submitted for regulatory review back in 2007. In September of 2008, we were in the early stages of that review, and the Minister of Energy and Infrastructure at the time asked us to have another go at it, looking at increasing the roles of renewable energy, distributed generation, accelerating our conservation targets, increasing transmission capacity, enhancing our engagement with First Nations and Métis communities. And we've certainly made progress on all of those issues, and we continue to work on the IPSP. As I mentioned, our outlook is really quite good for the next number of years, and we've made a lot of progress on a number of fronts, but of course there is a price tag associated with all of that activity. Costs are going up. That's the cost of replacing aging infrastructure and making our system both greener and cleaner, but we certainly do stand by the need for a long-term plan, because we do need one to look at that period beyond coal replacement. That will be a period when we expect nuclear refurbishments to be taking place. Most of the current FIT facilities will be up and running, and we'll have a much better sense of how the Ontario economy and its industries have recovered coming out of the recession. We'll be well into electrification scenarios by then, whether it's transit and electric vehicles. We were actually set to go in to talk to Minister Smitherman with our thinking on the way forward on the long-term plan. In fact, we were scheduled to talk to him on a Tuesday, and he made his announcement about running for mayor on Sunday. The good news is that we have actually commenced the discussions with Minister Duguid. He certainly agrees with us in the value of a long-term plan. For now, we've been focusing on the content of that plan, and then we will certainly be moving on to discuss the form or process for reviewing the plan, what kind of public engagement process it will involve. And in the meantime, we're going to continue to support Hydro One transmitters and other LDCs in their appearances at the board. It is important to note, however, that plan that we did submit nearly 3 years ago, it has not languished, and in fact, it has actually guided the resource choices. And much of it has been implemented one way or another, or is in the process of being implemented one way or another. So that's where we are today. Certainly a great deal has been accomplished, and there's clearly much more that needs to be done. We've got lots of new clean and distributed energy coming on stream in the next few years. I mentioned that $45 billion worth of investment. Natural gas-fired nuclear facilities are going to continue to play a very key role in this province. We've got a significant transmission build-out that's being undertaken to enable renewable supply. We're going to need some changes in how our grid operates to accommodate these new resources and a result of our ongoing efforts to make the grid smarter and incorporate more distributed generation. We do need to plan our supply for post-2014, when coal is going to be completely phased out and our nuclear plants are going to be nearing the end of our service life. But when you look at where we are now, Ontario has a really good story to tell. As I say, we're eliminating coal, we've got ambitious conservation targets, a big push on renewables, significant transmission expansion, we're making our grid smarter. Very few jurisdictions are actually doing all of those things all at the same time. And a month or so ago, I actually told this story in Houston at the CIRA conference, which is the largest conference of oil, gas, and electricity in North America. And beside me on the panel was the chair of the California ISO, and after we went through our story, he actually clapped me on the shoulder and said that we should all move to Ontario now. Not bad, when you have Californians saying that they should move to Ontario. But to our guests who are in the room, I'm just going to extend the invitation to say you're also all welcome to move to Ontario, as I can say. I think we do have a really good story